Florian Wirtz.
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 Florian Wirtz!
Premier League champions Liverpool have just made a massive statement. A statement of desire, a statement of ambition, and a statement of financial might. While the clubs around the world or around England more particularly are struggling with PSR, Liverpool have just gone and splurged £116 million on Florian Wirtz. It has now been widely reported by media in Germany and England that Florian Wirtz is set to undergo a medical as Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool have agreed the transfer price for Florian Wirtz. Now the transfer fee is rumoured to be at about £100 million upfront with a further £16 million in add-ons, which translates to €136.3 million, which is lower than the asking price of €150 million that Bayer Leverkusen had set and were pretty firm to till this point. Now, have Liverpool got a very, very good deal? Well, because of the astronomical fee, I don't think we will ever be able to say that, but his performances on the pitch might change that dramatically. Now, in Florian Wirtz, what Liverpool have got is a brilliant creative midfielder who has a unique ability to move in tight spaces and who is also somebody who is defensively astute and helps massively with the pressing up front. Now the reason Liverpool have gone and spent or splurged such a massive chunk of money on Florian Wirtz is because Arne Slot and the data analytics team at Liverpool are 100% convinced that this player will work. And when they say it, well, we should just agree. It is hardly that they get transfers wrong, but the ones that they spend out the most money for, they generally get it right. Now, David Nunes, I think, is the exception to the rule, but he's not been bad. I think Liverpool paid for his youth more than his ability at the time. So I think David Nunes aside, any time that Liverpool go and spend the big bucks on a player under FSG, I think they really get that signing spot on. Now, another reason why I think Liverpool have pushed this hard for this player is because of what Arne Slot wants from Florian Wirtz. And that is something that has been a mystery to everybody because most people are speculating that he is the replacement for Szoboszlai and Szoboszlai might be playing in the double pivot with McAllister or Gravenberch. But does that seem likely? I'm not too sure because Dominic Szoboszlai was a massive reason of why Liverpool won the league last season. Now the amount of ground that the guy covers is just astronomical. No player in the Premier League comes close to his ability to eat up ground. And what he did was he supplemented the defensive work of the entire right side of Liverpool, where Salah was up front and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's also not known to be very defensively astute. Real Madrid fans, better watch out. Now, the reason that Dominic Szoboszlai can't be moved out may have to do with the defensive side. And if Jeremy Frimpong is also there on the right-hand side, I think a lot of balance might be lost if Florian Wirtz, Salah and Jeremy Frimpong constitute the right-hand side of Liverpool's team. Now, on the contrary, we have generally seen of Florian Wirtz at Bayer Leverkusen operate on the left half space, more likely. So, can he come in there and play on that side? I think we'll have to wait and see what Arne Slot's plans are. But one thing is pretty clear, that the reason Liverpool have gone big and brought in quality is because they don't just want quality in terms of the first choice options or the so-called first choice options. I think they want quality all over the place. And Arne Slot specifically, because of the amount of tactical in-game tweaks that he likes to make to the system and to certain players, he would switch on a player at half-time, change certain amount of tactics or just do certain tweaks into the team. And Liverpool would look really different in the second half of a game. And this is what we have witnessed already in the past season, where Liverpool have won the title. A number of times Liverpool have gone into the break frustrated, drawing with the opposition, and have just come out and blown away the opposition. There have also been times where they've gone into the halftime trailing and then come out and won the game. So I think Arne Slot values tactical versatility within games very highly. And Florian Wirtz, with his ability to be able to play in multiple positions, whether while starting or coming off the bench, will add a massive, massive strength to Arne Slot's Liverpool side. Now, among the other things, what we also have seen more at Liverpool is a lack of rotation options, although quality is available. I think, for example, Endo is a fantastic player and a fantastic squad option, but because he does not operate in a similar way to Gravenberch, I think that has been a challenging point for Slot whenever he's looked at and tried to change his team. So he's not had the options to bring on. Another example is Harvey Elliott, who had a brilliant preseason under Slot, but unfortunately got the injury ahead of the start of the season, and since then missed out most of the season. Now, he could be an important cog for Liverpool in the coming season, or he might be sold, as the rumors are. But one thing was clear, that with only 13 players playing over 2,000 minutes for Liverpool, I think Slot's squad was pretty limited. And when we talk about these 13 players that have played, I think you only need to name 2 or 3 players to find who the extra out of the 11 is. I think it's Curtis Jones, it's Connor Bradley. He did not play over 2,000 minutes, but he would be one of the options next season, given that Trent is gone. And then you have Kevin Kelleher. So none of the other squad members at Liverpool were used enough by Slot in the past season. So with Florian Wirtz coming in, I think he adds depth in 4 positions. That is now first and foremost. He can start in them as well if he adapts to the league, and he can get a good preseason under his belt. So that will be exciting to watch out for. And I think Slot's versatility, I think that is something that needs to be talked about, and that is not something that is being discussed online on the football YouTube space pretty much. Now, people who have followed Slot in the Feyenoord days and Izzet Akmar days, I think would know how much Slot loves versatility in his sides. Now, I'm not claiming to be a huge Feyenoord fan or a Izzet Akmar fan, but for this purpose of this video, I had to actually go and do some research on it. And what we find at both clubs is that Slot does not want to stick to an idea of, okay, this is the exact way that we are going to play. I think the principles are still there, but he's still a very, very adaptable manager. He's very versatile. Now, the versatility in approach can only come if he has a versatility in his squad. Now, Florian Wirtz coming in adds to that versatility in the squad, with different players being able to play in different positions and play different positions differently. And that could be a huge weapon for Liverpool going up against different kind of opposition. If you're playing against a low block, maybe the creativity of Florian Wirtz helps more. We also need to understand that with Trent, who has left for Real Madrid and suddenly speaks fluent Spanish, I think we all know what that means. I think what Liverpool needed to replace was Trent's creativity first and foremost, because he was not adding a lot of defensive side to the game. It was more his ball playing and creativity, and I don't think either Connor Bradley or Jeremy Frimpong can add that to the Liverpool side totally or in its entirety. So I think what Liverpool have gone and found is a more between the lines player who has got the deft touch, who has got the deft pass, and who has also got an eye for goal. And this will revolutionize Liverpool's entire season next season. Now, one of the most important things that I would like to mention is the Florian Wirtz's desire to play for Liverpool. Like, let's not make it, let's not downplay it a bit or at all. The guy has turned down Bayern and City at least, and Real Madrid were interested earlier as well. He has turned down all of those massive clubs to come to Liverpool, who are a bigger club than Manchester City, of course, but are comparable with Bayern and Real Madrid, who are 2 of the biggest clubs around Europe. Now, when you think of the context of Florian Wirtz saying no to these massive clubs, I think this is a massive statement from Liverpool. Now, the desire shown by Florian Wirtz to come to Liverpool over Manchester City, who have Pep to offer, although for just a few years, but widely regarded as the world's best manager to play under, and he has rejected that project and preferred the Liverpool project under Arne Slot, which is a testament to FSG's brilliant recruitment business, as well as the culture that has been built by Jurgen Klopp and other people involved, the characters in the squad as well, at Liverpool. I think one of the major factors could have been of the game that he played at Anfield, where Bayer Leverkusen lost 4-0. But I think the atmosphere, the club, the feel of being a Liverpool player, although playing for the opposition, I think he might have seen and gotten a liking towards it. I think Xabi Alonso might have suspectingly also played a huge part in this transfer, telling him about what playing for Liverpool feels like. And most importantly, Florian Wirtz turned down Bayern Munich. Now, it might not be a big deal to an English player or a Spanish player, but for a German player, a German international at that, I think Bayern Munich are the pinnacle of football in Germany. They are by far the biggest club in size, stature, trophies, everything. And it is kind of a lot of German players' dreams to play for Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich were interested in Florian Wirtz. But I think the reports came out that it was conveyed by his camp that he wants to move to Liverpool only, which is a very, very good point for Liverpool fans. I think we should be delighted that he has chosen to wear the Anfield red and join the League of Legends that have already played for this massive historic football club. And I think this is the statement that we have been, as Liverpool fans, been looking for a lot of years, but it just kind of did not come. Van Dijk did not feel that way, although it did to a bit. But Thiago Alcantara, I think, was the last world-class player that just Liverpool just brought in. And Liverpool have not made a big statement signing in my time watching football. Like, if they have made one, I think it has generally gone wrong. But I think under the FSG ownership, Liverpool have, revamped their transfer business, made it very astute, made it very sustainable. I would like to say they've built up the finances, built up the club in terms of revenue, and created Liverpool with the infrastructure that they have built in terms of the AXA training academy at Kirkby, or the Anfield upgrades that they have done, as well as the culture that has been built. This has made Liverpool into a massive, massive destination for players, and the Florian Wirtz transfer kind of proves it. Although Liverpool did fail to get, for example, Jude Bellingham, Aurelien Tchouameni, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, but there is, for all these other players who decided not to come to Liverpool, there is one who has decided to come, and his name is Florian Wirtz. And his name will go down in the history books. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Florian Wirtz to Liverpool a good move? Have Liverpool overpaid at 136.3 million? Or is this just what you need to pay because the market demands it? How will he fit in at Liverpool in your opinion? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you like the channel, if you like my work, feel free to subscribe.